it do? It's your boy Nextstop SirchCity.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Neda Tings.
Neda Tings, and welcome back to another episode of the Food We Watch podcast. Sorry we wasn't here last week. Just to let you know, Miriam lost. We ain't have it in this last week. Life be lifing is our motto. We barely have it this week.
But here we are.
But consistency is key. Miriam lost it last week. Sorry that you're going, Miriam, but you did your thing. On to this week, episode 6.
Yes.
This was a good one.
This was the best one. So this week, the chefs, the judges actually was in the trenches with their teams. And they were tasked with doing desserts. So they were cooking a 5-course tasting within 30 minutes. Gordon only has 3 people on his team.
I just realized that.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the other two? Like, okay. But apparently this is their second time in a row being on the top floor. Naisha's team is in the middle. Blaze's team is in the basement.
Again.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Not in a row though, right?
I think it was 2 weeks in a row. Where was not? No, I think Naisha was in the basement last week.
Okay. So the judges are going to be joining their team. So because Gordon's team only has 4 people, somebody's going to have to do 2 dishes.
3 people.
No, but he's doing dessert.
Oh yeah, he's the 4th. Okay, yeah, I got you.
So it was appetizer, seafood,
shellfish,
meat, and a dessert course.
And poultry.
Poultry. Okay. So I loved how Gordon's team started out. I will say Beatrice, her attitude was very positive, very team oriented. As soon as they got on the floor, they was discussing like, hey, who's going to do what? Ryan was like, listen, I'll do 2 of the courses. I forget which 2 it was. I think one was seafood.
Yeah, he did seafood, and I think the poultry.
Yeah, the poultry. Yep. The middle again already has their theme picked out. It looks like they're going to head with Mexico. Austin was trying to be like, hey, we need to come up with the theme because we're in the basement and we're going to get the leftovers. And everybody else was just like, hey, let's just see what we have and go from there. And then Blaze came down and was like, so we need to come up with the theme.
And everybody's like, okay, yeah, let's go for it. Austin, like, I just said that.
But he was like, I'm not going to be like a teacher's pet, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Now, real quick, I know we going through it, but real quick, Austin is a teacher's pet because he does everything and kisses up the Blaze. And I just had to say that. I'm just tired of him doing it. Look, Blaze, I'm doing what you did on IG. Remember this? And I'm like, dog, who cares? You focus on your dish. I just had to let that out.
Hilarious. So Blaze was so amped up about the grab and stuff. Oh my gosh, yo, Blaze was helping out his team with the grab, and I mean, he was just going in, like the platform was rising and he was still reaching, like he was so hyped.
He was dang there hanging off that thing.
I know, but it was nice when watching the judges having to actually grab for their desserts. They was like, oh my gosh, this is not easy.
Yes.
So it was nice for them to actually experience what their team actually goes through every week with picking out ingredients. Like, it's not as easy.
Randomly and have to come up with a dish on the spot.
Yeah. So that was freaking awesome. Blaze was super excited about grabbing his ingredients. And he was like, he's Peyton Manning with a better hairline.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
don't think
he's
so.
crazy. Beatrice is hilarious. Again, love her energy, love how she's speaking with her team. I feel like they really had better communication. Beatrice was even like, hey, if you need help, Gordon, I'm here. Like, let me
Right.
know. It was just their communication.
Yeah, I like her personality. She has the best personality on the show this year. She's the youngest
Yeah,
and just she
a team
commands the
player.
respect and the attention.
Yep. Um, ooh, okay. I was worried about Brandon on Blaze team with that sauce.
Man, he had a time.
He did. He
Mushroom
did.
soup in a can. Trying to turn it into something like a gravy that will go over his steak. Whew.
Do we think he should have left it out?
100% he should have left it out. Even though Austin had to, because eventually at one point his sauce broke, even with the soup, and Austin had to come save it. I would have left it out. Um, I would have went another direction, but Brandon, I get why he didn't. They're in the basement. You don't want to try too much, but I would have left it off. We'll see if it worked out.
Becca, she was another one that I was worried about on Aisha's team with her fish.
Yeah, she focused too much on Natalia's dough that she forgot, hey, I have to cook my fish. And Becca has, I believe she's done this before where she's like, I don't think I have enough time. Like, oh my God.
She not. Yeah, she next. She next.
I used to, I put that on my notes.
Yo, and Jeff, like with his dish, like plating and whatnot, like at the last minute, and Blaze is like, "Come on, get your thing on the platform, get your thing on the platform." I'm like, Jeff, oh my gosh, I am
He
questioning.
struggled.
I'm questioning
He
Jeff
struggled.
too. He's been struggling, so he's another
Yeah.
one that I'm questioning.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, now we have the. I mean, is there anything else that stood out to you?
No, we right where we need to be.
I have
Everybody
not.
made it to the platform. Everybody got their plates on there. There was a couple people who we was worried about, but they got it done. So let's go to what they made. We're going to start with the top floor. They did a modern European theme. Ryan did the scallops with the caviar beurre blanc with the white asparagus. They said it was a great pairing. The scallops cooked very well, and there was a strong start. He didn't cook the chicken. He also did the pan-seared salmon with the fennel puree. It was a phenomenal progression. They felt like the dishes he put together were building. Then we have Beatrice. She did the chicken. Well, she did the game hen with the butter sauce and truffle. It exceeded expectations, delicate and dainty. And then we leave off with Arnav. Arnav did the roasted ribeye with the roasted parsnip puree, baby parsnip roasted with truffle and honey with a poutine sauce, port wine sauce. It was a little overcooked, but on the meat, but all overall was a great job. And then we leave off with Gordon, who did the fig tartare with the rum toffee sauce. They love the caramelization notes of the figs. It was delicious. Now we in the middle floor. We have the
Wait,
Mexican floor. Go ahead.
real quick. So everybody agreed that this course was very cohesive. Just
Yes,
mhm.
it
Go
it
ahead.
flowed very well.
And I'm gonna tell you. Well, keep going, and then I'll let you know.
All right, now we have the middle floor. Now again, their theme is Mexican. We
Yes,
have Bobby, who did the tahini spice red shrimp
Bobby, Bobby,
beignets.
Bobby, 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 Bobby. This is where I was like they done messed up.
Mm-hmm.
They done messed up. Bobby, stop taking risks, Bobby. Stop. It doesn't call for risk. Like you gotta pick and choose where you gonna do your risk, man. You just should have stuck with the Mexican theme.
Here's what I think.
Pawns.
I think he doesn't have a lot of experience with Mexican food, so he didn't know what to cook. Because
but you had team. You had a team.
he was quiet because they didn't know what it was going to be until it was too
There's
late.
no
Until he
excuse.
started making the dough.
No.
Naisha was like, "What are you making?" He's like a beignet, and she's like, "Make sure it's Mexican stuff."
You should have
He
asked.
could have made a beignet, but made the inside, what should have been like the shrimp and everything, should have been more Mexican. Like you
You
could have
should
done
have
a
asked.
Mexican filling.
You should have
He should have.
asked. You should have asked.
You have a Mexican person on your team.
This is a team collective challenge. No excuse. But go ahead. This
Right,
is
now,
when
and
I knew they done messed up. And I was like, okay, so Gordon's still on the top. All right, go ahead.
yes, and guess what? Just like we were confused, they were confused. Confused on the direction. This was more Louisiana than Mexican. Then we have Becca. She has the pan roasted snapper over Mexican street corn and with Mexican pico de
And rare
gallo
fish.
and rare fish. Fish was undercooked, still swimming in the bowl.
So
And
this was
corn was
another one. I was like, okay, well, they clearly didn't win this challenge, but go ahead.
Yeah. Now, yeah, Natalia, she did the chicken tinga empanada with the avocado creme. They said it was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she did basically was delicious. She had
Yep.
the best dish for her team.
Her and the next one. Go ahead.
Amon, your homie, Amon.
They should have been the only two cooking.
That's it. She had the filet of beef with the chipotle butter. This was the standout dish so far.
Yes. But as a team, no. Go ahead, Blaze.
And then, then Naisha.
Oh,
Naisha did the molten lava cake, and Blaze flirted with Naisha and said she made something as beautiful as herself. I said, "Oh, look at her calling her chocolate. Oh, like the chocolate." All right, now we have Blaze's team in the basement. We have Megan. She did the oysters Rockefeller with the chili butter. Love the texture, really good. Austin did the sole, which is fish, with the citrus beurre blanc and the spring veggies.
Go ahead, Matt.
Delicious fish dish cooked, and this dish was cooked beautifully, and so was the sole.
And here we go.
Then we have Jeff.
Jeff
had the seared duck with the miso honey butter.
This is when I knew. Okay, it's clear who won this challenge. Okay, because no other team has gotten rave reviews except for Gordon's team. This is when I knew. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, the duck was cooked perfect, but they didn't understand why you would cook fat and sugar with fat and sugar. Miso honey butter didn't really fit because it's like fat on fat on fat. Then we have Brandon with the steak with the mushroom au gras.
Yeah, what's another
steak was cooked beautifully, but the canned soup brought it down. And then we finish off with Blaze. He did a banoffee. Don't know what really that is, but it looked good, and they said it was really delicious. Now,
we know clearly who won. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I walked into judging knowing it was Gordon because he was the only one that got rave reviews, the only one whose course was cohesive throughout. It was cohesive. All of the dishes flowed, and they all got really, really good reviews. So obviously Team Ramsay won, and so they're on the top level yet again for the third time in a row. Congratulations. Now here's where it gets crazy. So this leaves Blaze and Naisha. They got to pick one of their people to go to elimination round. Bobby. You idiot. You freaking idiot. Okay. So Naisha chooses Bobby to go into the elimination round. You have help me out, an immunity pen. Okay. You didn't use that ball because you might not have another chance to you. Well, I don't know. You might have another chance. You try to do risky dishes. But I'm like, yo, really? Talking about he didn't want to throw nobody under the bus because we knew Beth was going to be the one if he decided.
Yeah, she should have been.
Was going to be up there, okay, as she should have been. But he chose to go into the elimination. Okay. And then Blaze chooses Jeff, as he should have, to go into the elimination round. So for the elimination round, they are cooking with wine. That is the theme of the elimination.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yo. When they haul off to run to the platform, I don't know what. See, Bobby, I guess he's like, look, I gotta get what I get because I chose to be here and I know what I know how to cook. Bobby damn near jumps over Jeff and they both wrestle for the halibut. Bobby grabs it with his hands and is squeezing this thing and falls to the floor with it. Like, yo, do you know you had the immunity pin and you didn't have to do all of this? Shouldn't have to be there. But yeah, he grabbed the halibut and then Jeff grabs the rack of lamb. Bobby is doing a in papalote, which is basically you cook the fish in paper.
And how did that work out for him?
It didn't cook. Bobby at the end of it basically had to switch it up and finish cooking it, I guess, on the stove, in the stove, but it wasn't working when he had it wrapped in paper. I don't really know what Jeff was doing. Jeff was getting real good help from the team. They was telling him to do this, do that. They was looking at over his rack of lamb.
He was struggling.
Yeah. He was hype. He was so confident about that rack of lamb. No, he took a piece. It's so good. But you ain't your potatoes though. Your potatoes. He struggled, and we're gonna find out what happened.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Jeff got eliminated.
Strictly off of his potatoes. Like, that's crazy. How do you feel? We gotta get you on the show, Jeff. How do you feel to lose because your potatoes were bad?
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I really feel like if Becca was in there, she would have been going home.
I think so.
You better think. You better think, Bobby, that you have survived another week. But let me tell you something, Becca. Let me tell you something. If Bobby gets selected to go into the elimination yet again, I guarantee he's going to use that pen. It would behoove him to do so.
Yeah, Bobby had an off week, but it didn't start on him. I would have used the pen. I'm not going in there. I don't care.
Too. Yeah. So funny. Everybody is on the same floor next week.
I didn't even see the previews.
The same floor that they were on this week. They are on the same floor next week.
They really are.
Yes. Blaze is back in the basement, Aisha's in the middle, and Gordon is on top. And there you have it. This week's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. And on that note, Search, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram on at @NormalsBeChefing. At SirchCity. But if you can't reach me there, you always be able to reach us over at NormalsBeChefing on all platforms. And if you want to reach out to Neda, how can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Neda.foodphoto. So, guys, it's been real. It's been nice. Oh, yeah. Catch us both clips of this show on Instagram and TikTok at the Food We Watch Pod. So, guys, it's been real. And
yo, good things come.
Before we go, we gotta let you know.
Good things come and good things go. And life is like a box of chocolate. We tired. We just trying to be consistent.
Peace.